My concerts create an opportunity for people to gather together and to share in a collective dream. The music's presented in a continuous flow, which I feel the audience flows with, and it helps me establish that flow as the set unfolds with the direct participation and the deep listening that comes from all of us together in the space. It's a place where we create and travel together through, and after being in this zone without words for a period of time, people tell me they notice a kind of recalibration of the senses, a hearing deeper and more dimensional, more holographic. I think now that music is also being heard more on smaller and convenient home computer speakers and smaller portable devices, that the resolution of the sound and the power of these sounds that are felt live are really important to stay connected to hear and to be reminded of the deep, true power of sound. That's what's so incredible about hearing this music live, is the life that it holds and the energy that it holds and the visceral impact that's pouring out of the sound system, the dynamics and the breathing and the responding to all of our energies together in the space. And this is truly why this music needs to be experienced live, and to reach for that place of recalibration and a deeper listening.
Steve Roach's music relates more to doctrines of technology than to those of religion. It effectively preaches about mankind's place in the cosmos. His sonic constructions rely on forms that pull the listener into a zone beyond three-dimensional space. Producing harmonic journeys without the usual conclusion, Roach realizes that the essence of space music is not to provide a solid narrative or sharp focus, but to stimulate the mind of the listener into inevitably contemplating the mysteries of the universe. To realize his expansive and spacious work, Roach must study how to fit together individual sonic elements to form a compelling whole. A cosmic slow dance of tones, his ethereal works rise and recede simply and eloquently in long lines of diverging synthesizer pads. Softly sounding through the silent night, Steve Roach constructs a different kind of world. Issuing cool notes as if in a round silvery beam, this music is warm and diffuse along the edges, but pinpoint clear at the center. The curving contours easily engage us as Roach combines aspects of repetition taken from minimalist music with the emotion, atmosphere, and texture of New Age, and comes up with a most intriguing form of true ambient music. It turns out to be a timeless combination, demonstrating that a whisper may have more power than a loud voice. In a tender sonic montage, leading the listener quietly into reflection, these pieces move toward a restrained poetic minimalism. In his music, Roach portrays himself as the man in the labyrinth, not lost in a maze, but rather on a journey of discovery, charting the inner map of knowing. Emitting a range of moods from the night side of twilight, strong rolling bass tones surge beneath the slow-motion breathing of chordal gestures, as resonant melodies hide in huge, vaporous spheres of sound. measured breaths, deep electronic sighs are gradually introduced. Distinctive sounds occupy the air, rolling out, then slowly folding back in on themselves. Rushing together, synthetic forms compose a still, subtle space. These restless meditations shape sound into musical textures whose qualities combine and separate in fascinating ways. From smooth and swirling to tempestuous and dark, the condition reached is that of sustained calm and wonder. This music is used to go inward, to meet one's self, then return outside, where everything is different, but nothing has changed. Confronting his meticulously crafted sound worlds, Roach finds that his sequencer work, in its ever-evolving kinetic effect, is part of tomorrow's music masquerading as yesterday's rage. Pulsing notes and grooves give rhythm to the surface of the sound, propelling the listener endlessly through a trackless void. Cycling in lockstep against a trail of echoes, machine-like synchronized sequencer runs gain momentum in dreamy tonal interplay. The ever-evolving motion of complex looping patterns slipping in and out of phase reveals Roach's master manipulation over the pulse of the music and the subtleties of mood. Becoming lost in his circuits of grooving beats is easy and desirable. Dancing arpeggio notes, resonant analog tones, and interlocking percussion accents surge out of breathing synthesizer swells. Soft percussive chiffs and purple electronic bleeps echo out across vividly imagined distances, while deeply breathing chords stack up and sustain. Roach has become well-versed in the analog-style step sequencer and its seemingly endless facility for composition, repetition, and variation. Listeners become entranced through the crisscrossing of fractured rhythms and fluttering blips, enthralled at the interplay of complex layering and multifaceted undulations, and entangled in the kaleidoscopic mutations of the music's motoric tick-tock timing. The beauty of this work comes from its many strands, heard individually and comprehended collectively. His ceaseless productivity, constant innovation, and psychological depth of his music, Steve Roach has been a rare constant as live performer on the international space music scene. When an audience is lifted to a different place, they do not forget who took them there. With dozens of albums to his credit, he continues to set the standards by which this evolving genre is measured. In spite of his music having been borrowed from so many times, Steve Roach still has the power to inspire and move. For more on Steve Roach, please access his website, www.steveroach.com. For more on the Gatherings concert series, please access www.thegatherings.org. For the Gatherings Signal, I'm Chuck van Zyl. Thanks for listening.